Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3943, maybe. Today's date is January 26, 2025. 26, yeah, January 26, 2026. It's been almost like afternoon at 1:18 p.m. All right. Okay, let's just ask question. Let's go. All right. The question is, can I separate my self-worth from views, like, and comment? Okay, that's a really good question. All right, yeah. Okay, first of all, what exactly is this question, and why am I asking this question to myself? This is a kind of like a some YouTube related kind of like a some question. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a thing that na ki like it's kind of like a realization that ki am I be worthy enough to be consider myself that am I YouTuber or not? Now it's a very kind of like a very deep. No, it's not really that deep, but it's like that. Na, sometimes na, the realization is a kind of like a very much essential thing regarding about who do you want to become and things and that, because that realization actually came from that ki when you ask this bunch of question to yourself that you know not only know about yourself as well as you kind of like basically is this thing when I ask this kind of like some question regarding about anything, I kind of like know about myself much more better, as well as I know about myself. I know about kind of like a things that ki what I want to achieve, the YouTube and things and that. It's kind of like a internal realization to me that am I that particular person or not. And these kind of like a question are kind of like a somebody get when you have that. I don't know how to supposed to explain. It's a very hard to explain regarding about that. What exactly is this question? It's a kind of like the question in simple word. It's kind of like a thing that ki I asked this question so that I would understand that am I worthy enough to consider myself as a YouTube or not. So that as YouTuber or not. So that's some kind of like asking this kind of like some question. All right, yeah. Now let's jump right into it. Question. The question says that, can I separate my self-worth from views, like, and comment? Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, yeah. Basically, it's not really associate just for kind of like a YouTube context. It kind of like a simply it is kind of like a utilize in every context. Like it's a kind of like a simply life question probably. Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna kind of like something give you scenario that you might gonna understand a little bit better. So let's just say that you have to do a speech. Okay, yeah. And like basically this thing after a week you have to do a speech. Okay, now you are really scared that you have to do a speech and things and that. Okay, yeah. Now you are kind of like a preparing yourself regarding about speech. Okay, let's just say that a college decided that you have to give the speech in front of almost like a 200 people and things and that. Now you are really scared because you haven't really done that thing before. So you are kind of like a prepared this thing. Now it's almost like a week away and you are kind of like a preparing for speech regarding about how do you supposed to say and things and that. And somehow that speech is kind of like a really essential for you because that speech kind of like simply adds something value in you or in your career, maybe something like that. So it is really essential for you too. So that's why you are kind of like so focused on doing a speech that how do you supposed to speech, what kind of like a body language should you supposed to use. Like it shouldn't supposed to be jagged, it should supposed to be kind of like as good as possible as you can. You so put lot of effort and things and that. Okay, yeah. Now the speech day will gonna came. Okay, yeah. And you arrive at the auditorium. Okay, yeah. Now basically this thing, you arrive at the auditorium and it's kind of like a things that na ki no one came. Yeah, no one came because of I don't know, but any kind of like some reason. Yeah, no one came on that day. Basically is this thing that key might be something happened that like basically the speech might postpone, the event might be postponed or something happened. Okay, now you are really frustrated because you put lot of effort for this speech and things like that. You are really well prepared and things and that. Okay, yeah. So and you are kind of like a very prepared and you wanted to give the speech. Okay, you are kind of like mentally, emotionally, physically, everything from every point of perspective you are very prepared and things and that. Now what exactly happened that there is an empty auditorium. Okay, you went there, You kind of like see that empty auditorium, you are kind of like see there, no one was there, but you went to the stage and you give the speech. Okay, yeah. Now basically is this thing, you gave the speech, there is no one is there, okay, yeah, but you gave the speech as good as possible as it can. Okay, yeah. Now let me tell you one thing. In this particular scenario, the speech was really good. You put the effort, you did really good, the speech is really great, but there is no one is available to clap for that speech. So does that make your speech is not good? No, definitely not. You put effort, you put everything, your speech is really good, but because of some sort of consequences, there is no one was there to clap it. There is no one was there to kind of like a clap your speech and things like that. It doesn't make your speech is kind of like a really wrong or kind of like a simply bad and things like that. No, it's definitely not. Is that you put the effort, na? You put the effort and things and that, and then you kind of like give the speech. Might be like there might be kind of like some hundreds of people might get in there. They are kind of like a claps and things like that, but there's no one was there. But still, your speech is really good, na? That is somewhat something really matter, dude. In the social media, it's a kind of like the same thing happened today. Like basically, it's this thing when I kind of like create my video, when I make my video, upload that video, probably is this thing maybe like a 500 to 200 people actually watch that particular video and things and that, which is kind of like a something very. I think that night is kind of like a something I consider myself a too much. Okay, yeah. And as also in this particular 500 people, kind of like a simply 1 or 2, 3 people, maybe 10, 20 people are kind of like the video and things and that and that. I feel really good. But is this thing now, this realization that I have right now, but when I was kind of like doing this content, like when I like basically I'm kind of like doing this YouTube for almost like a 5 year, and when I started this thing, I was kind of like putting a lot of effort to make the video and things and that. It took me almost like half of a month to kind of like make a video and things like that, because I was so slow in every possible way, like a scripting, designing, editing, everything. But I still manage and still upload that video, and I get almost like a 12 views and probably 1 or 2 like, and that like is actually came from my mother and also come from me. so basically it's this thing. I realized that thing, dude, ki I put the effort, na. It's a kind of like a same scene. I put the effort. There is no one was there to kind of like assembly claps and things and that. And sometimes it kind of like assembly feel heartbroken and things like that, because let me tell you one thing now. We are human, and we actually kind of like assembly always determine how good things we are in a number. Okay, yeah. Why is that? Because number is a kind of like something very easy to understand. Like basically, like a 9 is less than 10, 8 is less than 9, 7 is less than 8, 6 is less than 7, 5 is less than 6. Okay, this is what kind of like somebody is this thing that we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically we have this kind of like number system, and because of we are number system, we are kind of like understand that ki how good is your and things and that 10 out of 1, 10 out of 10 and things and that. So these numbers are kind of like somebody give us that am I worth enough and things and that. And this is why this kind of like we build this kind of like a technology to kind of like some likes, comments, how many views and things. Everywhere we kind of like see the number and things and that. And we actually judge our perspective or kind of like other people work by the number, regarding about how their number they are, like how many views they are, how many likes they have and things and that. And usually like when we say something like that, then we also accept this thing that the when does people have a kind of like a less views and less like and things and that thing is not really good. Okay, yeah. And this is what kind of like our human mind is actually connected with the number, and from that number we judge the people around that thing. And this is what kind of like society we are living right now. Okay. And that is what true. Okay, this is also really essential that the person, it is really essential. Okay, you have to understand this thing. Okay, yeah. When you accept one thing, you have to accept another thing too. Okay, what exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. When you are trying to kind of like something, let's just say, try to do something really good. Okay, yeah. Try to like whatever the work that you are doing in social media platform. Okay, yeah. You are putting a lot of efforts and things and that. You didn't really get that many views and things and that. Okay, that is okay. Okay, it doesn't mean that your content is not wrong, or your kind of like execution is not wrong, but there is something wrong too. Okay, yeah, you cannot able to expect things to grow at the beginning. No, it will take time. So it is really essential to understand that, okay, that key in the auditorium you put the effort, but no one was there to clap. That is okay. But if you have to do this thing every single day, if you putting effort and things and that, and might be one person will gonna came that will gonna clap, might be then after that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the same thing will gonna happen. Okay, yeah, like basically is this thing na ki I realize in myself a lot that when I was kind of like making a video, I fail a lot. Like basically when I make a video, it get kind of like a 10 views, 1 like, that's it, and things and that. I feel like that, oh my god, fuck, and things. I kind of like demotivate a lot, very very demotivated, and that demotivation kind of like simply not make me to make another video, and this is where most of people actually fail. This is where most of people fail. So that's why I just like I am not looking at the number and things like that. But still is this thing, I won't lie, I still look the number, but still that thing I not like those numbers, I will not put those number in kind of like assembly or kind of like a too much that impact me a lot. No, I'm kind of like making sure that whatever the number that I get, whatever the views and things and that and get, okay, that is okay. Things like basically this thing na ki the one thing I realized that na, I just have to do it every single day. I just have to put effort every single day. I have to went to the auditorium, do my speech every fucking single day. Like if there is person, no person, 1%, 10%, 10,000, I'm not really sure. I just gonna do this thing every single day. And when you are kind of like somebody do this thing every single day, then it doesn't really matter. It like the number doesn't really come. Like it doesn't really kind of like somebody impact a lot. And I'm gonna tell you this is from my experience. Okay, yeah, because I'm doing this thing kind of like assembly constantly, continuously, consistently, uploading my content on my platform every single day. That's why it kind of like it doesn't really bother me. It kind of like a give me 1,500 to 1,000 views and things and that. It kind of like a really good. It kind of like a feels like that key. Yes, okay, that's fine. Like basically is this in na ki I'm not a wrong. Maybe a kind of like some technical glitch, maybe something. I don't know. I'm doing this YouTube for almost like a 4 year. I'm still living with my parents. I'm 32. I am like a pathetic life that I'm kind of like a living at the moment. Okay. But still I believe that ki if I'm kind of like a put the effort every single day, it will gonna work out, dude. My life will gonna kind of like a much more better and things and that. And I believe in that thing is because of I'm doing my work every single day. I'm believing in my work. I loving my work. I'm kind of like actually doing all those sacrifice and things and stuff for the stuff that I like to do. And this is I wanted to do. I love doing this thing. I love my content creation process. I love being think about that particular stuff and things and that. So I think that na ki these are kind of like some give me a kind of like some feel good. Okay, yeah. Obviously is this thing a number would kind of like add even more feel good definitely, but still is this thing now sometimes like okay, let me tell you one thing na, there is a one experience that I wanted to tell you. Okay, so a couple of days ago, maybe I'm not really sure, yeah, couple of months ago I was kind of like making my design. Okay, yeah, basically my content is a graphic designing, Photoshop, photography, specifically a visual storytelling. This is a kind of like assembly the content that I'm creating on the YouTube platform. Okay, now I'm actually uploading every single day. So almost like a couple of months ago, I don't know what exactly happened. I was kind of like assembly. I have an idea and I wanted to execute that idea. Okay, yeah. So I took the photo, edit in Photoshop, and after I edit, I didn't really like it. Like I didn't really like it. Yeah, it just like that. Ki the design that I thought that it would be really good. When I see this thing, it just not really good. It just feel like that ki off or things and that. It felt like that it's not really good. Okay, yeah. Then I just realized that ki okay, because of I'm doing this process, it took me almost like a 4 year. Sorry, 4 hour is actually lost while doing this thing particular stuff. I was so upset. Like when my design got failure, when my design got failed, it felt so off. Like basically, I decided that I should supposed to upload my content every single day. And if such thing will not gonna happen, it just like my body, my brain get anxious and things like that. It's just like I just wanted to upload my content. That's it. That's the one fucking thing that I want. Okay, yeah. So then after that, I just kind of like scrap that entire project. delete everything, and then I kind of like start fresh new. So I kind of like took a photo, thought about another design, and kind of like create the design. Okay, yeah. And that design also I didn't like that too. Dude, at that time I was like so frustrated. I just don't know what the fuck is actually happened. I like literally just like I was kind of like a feeling a die every time, kind of like a feel like failure, because I try 2 attempts and both the attempts are fail, and I'm not actually uploading at that time, and it's been almost like 8 p.m. I just like, dude, no, that is not okay. It just felt like that, na, ki, it's just off. So at that time, I just kind of like simply scrap out. I went outside. I kind of like simply went to the workout and kind of like spent time with my friend and things and that and that. And then I realized that ki, it is okay to sometime be a failure, and that is okay, dude. Like basically, it's this thing, na, ki, like I try, I try twice, but didn't really work out, and I had a fail, and I can't really accept this thing. So I changed. Like basically, I am kind of like somebody since in front of my monitor for almost like a 10 hour, kind of like doing this struggling and kind of like things, and my content didn't really work out. The design didn't really work out and things like that. I feel like failure and feel like thing, but I just no, dude, let's just get out from this thing. So I get out. I kind of like spend time with the people that I love and things and that, and I feel really good. I feel that ki okay, sometimes it's fine, sometimes you didn't really upload the content, that is okay, and things like that. Then that night I slept very much properly. Tomorrow I wake up, I had a new idea, I had a new idea. I kind of like design and execute my design, and it went really beautiful, and it went kind of like somebody, yeah, this is really good. And when I upload that content on YouTube platform, obviously didn't really get that much views and things and that, but I feel really good. It's a kind of like a things that na ki a kind of like a things that ki, like I don't know how I supposed to explain this thing. It's a kind of like a very weird fucking feeling. Okay, is this thing na ki like like uh like basically is this thing okay okay, so have you ever kind of like somebody not do any potty, like potty yeah, like basically is this thing na ki like there is a kind of like a day that you didn't really went to number 2. Okay, number 2 means exhaust, passing stool, okay, yeah, potty and things and that, whatever you say, okay, yeah. But because of your so thing actually happened, and you didn't really get the potty. Now you didn't really get the potty, you feel like like not so good, like literally just not so good and things and that. You feel like that it's not so good. You are drinking too much amount of water that like basically give me that like the potty is not really happened. Okay, I didn't really went to shit. It just doesn't really feel really good and things and that. Okay, and because of this thing, like entire day kind of like a feel like something wrong, like a पेट साफ नहीं हो गया मेरा. Okay, yeah. And the next day will gonna came and potty will gonna come, and after you came and after you release all those things, then you feel, oh my god, I feel really good. Like then you feel like that all the toxic are actually came on my body, kind of like a went away. And you feel like that, dude, that is feel really good. This is what exactly feel at that time. Like basically I upload my content, I create my content, upload my content, and that content went good. Like basically it get almost like a 300 views and things like that, but that is okay. That feel really good, that key, oh god, I did that thing. Now I feel really good. This is what exactly I feel at that. So this is what it is, na. So basically, this thing regarding about the question. The question says that, can I separate my self-worth from views and likes and comment? I think that yes, I can. I am actually separated my self-worth from views and comment and things and that. Okay, yeah. But there is also one thing that I wanted to tell you. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a somebody this thing, na. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you the same scenario that I told you before. Okay, yeah. Speech, right? Okay. So let's just say that in the first consequences, as I mentioned, like in first scenario that I mentioned, that I haven't really done any kind of like a speech, and now I have kind of like a 1 week for prepared my speech and things and that. I prepared my speech, but because of consequences, people didn't really came. Okay, yeah. But I did speech on the empty auditorium, and I feel really good. Okay, yeah. Okay, that is good. Now I'm gonna change the scenario a little bit. Okay, yeah. Let's just say that I am a kind of like a person who is a very like a strong and things and that and that. Okay, I'm like strong and things means like that ki very popular probably. Okay, and I have to give the speech, right? Now another thing is that na ki I kind of like did those speeches so many times, so I'm not really scared that much. Nothing really at all. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow I have to do the speech. I just kind of like look at the point that what should I supposed to say and things and that and that. Now I went there. Thousands of people was there in the auditorium. I went there. I gave the speech. Now I gave the speech a wrong speech, or maybe kind of like some speech that like it's not really good speech. It's not really good speech, but still people clap for that thing. Why is that? Why is that thing? What exactly is this thing? I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. Okay, yeah. It's a thing that na ki when you have very less people to kind of like somebody see your content and things and that, they judge your content. Okay, yeah. And when they judge, they will hesitate to clap your content or give the like and things and that. Example is this thing. Let's just say I make a video. I don't really have that much subscriber. Let's just say I have maybe 100 subscriber. Okay, yeah. I make a video, upload that video. Probably that video seen by, let's just say, 100 people. Okay, because 100 people subscribe, 100 people. Now, basically, this thing, from these hundreds of people, how many likes would you get? Can you imagine? Probably, let's just say, maybe 10, 20. It will not gonna go more than that. Like basically, what exactly is this? View and like ratio are kind of like a bit more different. Okay, I'm gonna kind of like give a little bit of analytics. Let me sit here. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna give a little bit of analytics regarding about what exactly I understand. Okay, yeah. So 20-80 ratio is always gonna happen. Okay, yeah. So let's just say sorry, 20-80, yeah, 20-80, yeah. So let's just say you got 100 views. So when you get 100 views, you will get 20 likes. Okay, yeah. Or maybe even less than that. Okay, let me give you, let's just say that ki you make a video. Okay, yeah, and there is 100 video like. Okay, yeah, 100 video, 100 views. In that 100 views, you might gonna get probably like a, let's just say 20% of the like. Okay, 20% means 20 like, right? Yeah. But when you get popular, okay, when you get popular throughout the time, you're still doing continue things and that and that and that and that, that ratio will gonna change. Okay, that ratio will gonna change from 80 to 20 to maybe kind of like a 30-70. Then probably it will can kind of 40-60 or things and that. Sometime it will gonna get kind of like a 50-50. Okay, yeah. It will not gonna go more than 50. Why is that? Because it's not, because YouTube algorithm or any kind of like algorithm will not let you to do this thing. Okay, I don't know, but is actually happened. I don't know is this thing, but still, what I realized that na ki whatever you put gonna work at early stage, people will gonna judge. At early stage, people will gonna judge, and when the people will gonna judge, they will kind of like somebody kind of like a judge you regarding about your work, and basically is this thing that ki they will not gonna provide the like and things like that. Okay, let me, if you're not really understanding now, it's very hard to explain. Give a scenario. Okay, let's just say I'm a very new creator. I upload my video. Okay, let's just say, and there is also a very popular creator who upload the video. Okay, let's just say that popular creator is a kind of like a same genre. Okay, I also kind of like make a video with the same genre. Okay, the video is same, the execution is the same, but the person change. Like I am the kind of like a particular person who kind of like a giving this detail, a popular person who kind of like a giving the same detail but the person change and things and that. Okay, yeah. So what exactly happened now? The view, like the basically video is right, like a video is same, everything is actually same, but the person is actually different. Then what exactly happened that I get 100 views, that popular creator will gonna get million views. Why is that? Because the million views, actually he already put a lot of effort now. So people already connected with him throughout this journey and things and that. So when the people like The people like the video. People didn't really like that video. People like the journey that you've been through and things and that. They've seen your content from last almost like a 2-3 year and things and that, and they are kind of like something easy to kind of like give them like, because they already kind of like somebody have experience regarding about that and that. Okay, yeah. And you are kind of like a very new person, so how they are kind of like a bit really hesitate to kind of like give the like and things like that. Like if you still not really understand now, I'm gonna kind of like give you another example. Okay, let's just say iPhone company, Apple company launch a new iPhone. Let's just say iPhone 18 Pro. Okay, yeah. And there is a kind of like a same company, but so not same company, a kind of like another company which kind of like make exactly like iPhone, or maybe kind of like a phone which is kind of like exactly like iPhone and things and that. So which phone would you supposed to be buy? Obviously the legit iPhone. Why is that? Because iPhone is kind of like doing this, making this kind of like a phone for last maybe 50-40 year and things and that. And because of this thing, you know the rich history, you know all those things, what is actually happened to that company, Steve Jobs and things and that. You actually paid money for a phone that genuine, that kind of like somebody is using a kind of like somebody that people have trust and things like that. Why would you supposed to spend your money on kind of like such a mobile phone that just recently launched, or maybe kind of like a recently launched company? It's not, nah. This is what exactly the video and like system will gonna happen. Okay, yeah. The more popular creator it has, the more views and more like that will get, because from people point of perspective, it's a kind of like somebody is listening, they seen your effort, they seen your things, they seen your video from last 2-3 years, so that's why. Yeah. But a new creator who actually make a video is just people are kind of like somebody just not really believe in that particular person. So this is what it is. So regarding about likes and regarding views and things and that, it's not really matter that much. It's important that you just keep doing your stuff, and with respect to time, just keep doing. That day will gonna come. Obviously that day will not gonna come within a day, within a month, definitely not. You have to put the effort of for the years, and then something will gonna happen. So time is a kind of like a one thing that people don't really consider that much. Okay, yeah, because time is really essential. Okay, the Bhuvan Bam make video for almost like a decade. So that's why he get millions of views and likes and things and that, because he spent decade of worth of effort for this content and things and that. Time is really essential. Now you have to focus on time. So yes. So just my advice to myself regarding about being this thing, like, am I kind of like consider myself that separate myself from self-worth from views and likes and comment? I think yes, I am. And also I'm thinking that I have to be kind of like a just do this thing like a, I don't know, like every question kind of like a give me only one answer. Just keep doing your stuff. Just keep doing your stuff. Keep every day. That's it. That's what I'm doing right now. Alright, this is it. It should supposed to be end here. Thank you.